Raposo here with SpeedyPhotographer.com, and today we're going to be reviewing the Sirui P-325FS monopod. Now, I tend to avoid reviewing tripods, monopods, and other similar types of camera hardware, primarily because they're not that interesting, and it takes something pretty special to blow me away. But I'm also a firm believer that if you invest in the right tripod or monopod, it can be one of the best purchases that you will ever make as a content creator. I legitimately still use monopods that I bought over 10 years ago. And as you're about to learn, the Sirui P-325FS offers great versatility and build quality that I also expect to last me for a very long time. With all that said, if you're looking for something specific in this video, all of the concepts and times that I'm about to reference are up on screen. So let's start by talking about the price. The Sirui P-325FS will cost you $289 American, and that does not include a monopod head. Now, this review will be focusing specifically on the monopod, but for informational purposes, I will note that you can bundle the VA5 head for $429 American, or you can bundle the VA10 head for $459 American. Now, regardless of which option you choose, this is unquestionably an expensive monopod. And there are a number of reasons for this, many of which I'm going to talk about throughout this video. But it goes without saying that the target market for this product are the professionals who use their gear almost every single day. Now, moving on, let's talk about the size and weight. The Sirui P-325FS monopod is a 5-section carbon fiber monopod which weighs about 2.5 pounds. When completely folded up, the monopod compresses down to 22.4 inches long. When fully extended out, it can reach a maximum length of 55.1 inches long. Now, as somebody who specializes in sports and real estate, I've never really been somebody who wants a monopod that can get up to 5 or even 6 feet. I'm much more concerned with being low to the ground, which will generally improve the quality of my shots, and with portability, considering that I'm usually working in tight spaces. And for my usage scenario, this monopod fits the bill pretty well. It's slightly heavier than I'd like, but it's small enough that I can clip it to the side of my backpack without having to stick out too far and smash into things while I'm walking around. Next up, let's talk about the design. Now, this is going to be a bit of a longer section, so for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to break down the design by working my way up from the bottom all the way to the top of the monopod. So the first thing to note at the bottom of the monopod is that it includes a single rubber foot base, and if you twist that foot base, you'll see that a spike begins to protrude from the bottom. This makes it easy to transition from shooting indoors to shooting on harder outdoor surfaces like dirt or grass. Now, immediately above the rubber foot base, we also have a collapsing tripod foot base. This can be used to allow the monopod to stand completely alone without any user support, which is perfect for shooting video with more versatility in tight spaces. Moving along, the next thing we have here is a locking ball head. This allows you to tilt the monopod up to 36 degrees in any direction. Now, the locking ball head also uses a tension adjustment knob, which means that if you want some resistance when you're tilting the monopod, you can just make that adjustment. Now, as useful as this is for shooting, I will say that I really wish there was an easier way to lock the monopod in an upright position. Now, above the locking ball head, you'll find the lower half of the quick release system. By pushing this down, you can release the entire body of the monopod from the base. Now, you're probably thinking, why would I want to ever do that? Well, if we jump ahead and look at the top of the monopod, you'll find the upper half of the quick release system. And this allows you to release the head of the monopod from the body. You can then take the head and easily snap it into place on the bottom, which now turns your monopod into a tabletop tripod. This is extremely handy for me when it comes to shooting content for YouTube, because I can now take the camera and place it directly on my desk in front of me, as you can see I have set up here. So we're about halfway through this review, and if you found it helpful so far, I thought I would kindly ask if you would subscribe to my channel. It would be greatly appreciated. Alright, so if we jump back down a little bit, the next thing you'll notice are the flip locking joints. These allow you to easily extend or reduce the length of the monopod by just flipping the joint open, adjusting it, and then locking it back into place. I can't tell you how many times that I've pinched my fingers while using twist locks, including the twist locks on other Sirui monopods. So it goes without saying that I'm a huge fan of the locking mechanism, even though I know that it does slightly increase the overall size and weight. And as we keep moving up the body of the monopod, we have a padded grip with a very premium feel to it, followed by a horizontal pan lock. Now, my only complaint is that there isn't a tension adjustment offered with this pan lock. This makes it very easy to accidentally swing your camera too far left or right while you're using it, which isn't conducive to those slow, refined movements. Finally, at the very top of the monopod, we already know that we have the ability to quick release the head, but what I haven't mentioned is the locking mechanism, which can be used to adjust the reversible mounting stud. You can see here that I just have to push down on the lock button to release the screw, flip it over, and then it locks back into place. Now, the reversible mounting stud is a 1/4 inch stud on one side, which fits most tripod heads, and a 3/8 inch stud on the other side, which fits directly into most cameras. All in all, the design of this monopod is by far one of the best that I've ever seen. And as a content creator, it covers almost every single usage scenario that I can think of. Next, let's talk about the build quality. And this section will be pretty brief because almost everything about the Sirui P-325FS feels premium. Quite honestly, I would expect nothing less from an expensive monopod like this. And it isn't just the carbon fiber design, but also the latches and the locking mechanisms that feel very secure when they click into place. Overall, the biggest compliment I can give this monopod is that I feel comfortable mounting my expensive camera equipment on it and walking away, which isn't smart, but it does reflect my feelings about the quality of construction. This leads nicely into our final review section. Let's discuss stability. The Sirui P-325FS is rated with the load capacity of 22 pounds. And while I haven't come anywhere near close to hitting that limit, I can say in my experience that I find the monopod to be very stable. And this has a lot to do with the quality construction of the collapsing tripod foot base, which, granted, is a lot larger than most tripod foot bases that you'll find out there, but it offers more stability as a result. When I start lightly nudging the monopod, it remains pretty steady and it doesn't just topple over. Now, obviously, there are limitations. If I bumped into this with my entire body weight, it's gonna fall over. But the goal isn't to use this as a replacement for a tripod. Rather, it should serve as a simple and a portable way to move around in a tight space while having an element of stability to your shot. So to conclude this review, would I recommend the Sirui P-325FS monopod? I think you already know that the answer is yes, but only if you're a specific type of camera user. I'll be the first to tell you that the Sirui P-325FS is overkill for beginners, and it's also shorter than many content creators would prefer. So if you're interested in this monopod, you need to really consider what it is you're planning to shoot. In my opinion, this monopod is best suited to a hybrid shooter who does both photo and video work. It is extremely versatile in a variety of different situations, and in some cases it can even replace my tripod. So if you enjoyed this video, I just wanted to wrap up by mentioning that I shot a ton of footage for this review by using the Pixel RGB Pocket Light G3. It's a portable battery-powered LED light which can be used with a wide spectrum of color temperatures, or any color that I want really, which makes it extremely versatile. It also slides into my pocket, perfect for shoots on the road where I need a simple and effective lighting solution, like these shots that I captured at a recent hockey game. If you're impressed by how some of the footage looked and you're interested in picking one up for yourself, I've included some information for you in the description below. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more valuable content just like this, and I'll see you in the next video.